Hello, mesdames et messieurs, welcome in this Tric Trac TV in English with a bad accent, a French accent. My name is Monsieur Fall from Tric Trac, and I'm here to talk about this game, this white game. This is Zombicide Black Plague.
Published by Apple.
Yes, when I make the video in French, I never said Black Plague, but in English I said Black Plague.
You manage it every time now.
Incredible,
so.
incredible.
Amazing.
So we are here with the guys from Guillotine Games, the game designer.
The game designers.
Yes. Mr. Raphaël.
Hello.
Hello. And Mr. Nicolas.
Hi.
Hello. We are French, but Mr. Jimmy is English, and he talks very well in English. So I give you the, I don't know in English the parole, I give you the
mic.
The mic. I give you the mic. Go, man. Hey.
Somebody's got to drop a beatbox now. No, never mind. So for those of you who have been watching the past video, we talked about Zombicide, about the upcoming Kickstarter campaign, when it was, what it was going to be, all that sort of thing. And now we're going to get into the bit which I really, really like, which is the rules, and more importantly, everything that has changed, why this game is not just a simple reskin of something that's already been done. So, guys, we talked about it slightly in the other video, but we quickly moved off because we wanted to keep it for this one. So, magic is one of the first things to come to this game. So tell me about magic.
Yes, tell us about magic.
Yes, there is two special kinds of action in Black Plague that weren't in the classic Zombicide games. We have magic combat, casting fireballs or lightning bolts, and we have enchantment actions, which allow the survivors to get invisible or to quicken themselves to go faster around the board, and
to heal.
And to heal.
Oh, so there is going to be a healing spell in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Interesting development.
All the character or only the mage?
No, he can heal anyone.
Okay. All survivors can do magic, but the magician does it better.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So even the dwarf can
Even
cast
the
magic,
dwarf can
it's
cast
just
magic.
the mage will have skills which are more orientated towards casting spells. Fair enough. It's like characters in the old game which were more orientated towards firing one weapon or two weapons or close combat weapons, that sort of thing. Okay. And what are we looking at in terms of spells? Classic fireball. I mean, you mentioned heal. Having a heal in the game of Zombicide, I think, is quite different. I don't think there are any healing abilities in the old game.
Yeah, there is.
There is a skill called medic.
There we go. Okay. But for all characters to be able to heal is quite something. What about the other spells? Combat spells, fireball, lightning?
Yes. We have firebolt and lightning, or everyone knows about this spell.
Okay.
They work almost in the same way as ranged weapons,
Right.
but they have slightly less minimum range.
Okay.
Most ranged weapons have a range of 1, 2, or 3, while combat spells have 0, 2, 3 for once, and then some spells have special effects, magic effects, like the chain lightning, allowing the magician to cast extra dice if he rolls 6s on his combat roll.
Sounds fair enough. And how many dice would you be rolling for a standard chain lightning attack? Like
1.
just one, but if you get a 6, it goes up.
For chain lightning, it's 3, but it's a dual. It's considered as a dual weapon.
So you can have one scroll in each hand. And throw 6.
Double fireballs everywhere. I like that.
Dice.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Each 6 gives you an additional dice to blast zombies.
And are spells, is it just, I know this spell, therefore I can cast it, or do you have to have the scroll like it was an item equipped?
It's an item that you have to equip.
Okay.
You have to find it, you have to have it in hand.
Okay.
And then you can cast your spell.
And all spells are like that? There's no spells that just everyone knows?
No.
Okay, right. And while we're on the subject of range combat, so you guys, I mean, in the old game, range combat was a big thing. Not only because it was the safest way to eliminate zombies, but also because it generated noise. Now, a crossbow doesn't generate as much noise as an M16, so is the noise mechanic still in? What have you guys done to kind of compensate that?
There is still noise in Zombicide, but you're right, crossbows and bows don't do any noise, but spells do.
So spells themselves generate noise, right? Okay, so spells are kind of taking, well, I suppose they're kind of divvying it up. Ranged attacks, spells are your noisy, powerful weapons, and
Yes.
And bows and such are more silenced weapons.
There are two game change about that. The first is spellcasting can be dangerous because most of the time survivors are silent. So while in the classic Zombicide, a single survivor could fire in the air to draw the zombie's attention, this can be done here unless you have a spell.
Unless you've got a spell. Now that is, that's a bit of a big difference. Okay. In fact, I'll tell you what, while we're on the subject, because there's a thing that some people, I don't know why, I mean, most people I know got over it very quickly, but on the forum, some people just keep going on about it, friendly fire. And this must be a touchy subject for you, because I know people just do not stop going on about it, but is it still in?
It's different.
It's different. What is it then?
We decided to change that.
No, this is big.
Because, because everyone was asking us.
Fair enough. They do bang on about it.
I still think it's dangerous to shoot close to someone I like.
Definitely.
So I don't do that. But apparently a lot of people don't mind shooting at
Danger
people
close.
they like. So we decided to change that, and we've made it. It's quite simple. When you're firing into a zone where you have a friendly model, he is hit only by the misses.
So you roll a dice. On a 4+, you hit the zombie you're aiming for, and on a 1 to 3, you hit your friend instead.
Right.
Sounds like quite a good compromise, to be honest. You still keep that element of danger, shooting into melee, but
it works quite well.
Okay.
It's not like we invented warm water or anything.
For people wondering, that's actually a French expression he's translated.
But I said it in English, so you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. They may not. Okay, well that's quite a big change, right? I mean, the difference between noise not being able to just fire off wildly and draw a load of zombies to you, and being able to fire into melee, that's a huge change. But talking about melee, I mean, we're in a medieval world, sword and sorcery, with the emphasis being on sword. What have you guys done? Is it emphasised on combat? Because in the old game, you could walk up to a group of 7 zombies with a katana and go, okay, well, I'm going to roll a load of dice, but I'm probably not going to do this, and if there's 2 left when I'm finished, I'm dead. So, I mean, what's happening there?
I don't think that has changed much.
No?
The sword is just as good and or dangerous as it was.
Okay.
We've got ranged weapons and close combat weapons, and they each have their advantage and disadvantage. As we mentioned, there's not only just ranged weapons, now there's magic spells. But I don't think that's not where the difference comes from.
Okay, so where's the difference come from then?
Well, first of all, now we have armor.
Yeah, logically.
Okay, now we're talking.
We have every character has 1 more wound. So
Okay.
that's 3 before
So
it was
3
just
wounds
2.
now.
3 wounds.
Okay.
And now you can find armor.
Right. And how does armor work then?
So basically it's a save. You have 5+, 4+, and 3+ saves with different armors you find. And logically, if you've got plate armor with a 3+ save, then you are more likely to take risks.
Yeah.
And that's where it changes a lot.
And that's what I meant. It's because I want to, as an adventurer, rush in with 2 swords and start hacking zombies apart, but what I meant, I suppose, was that in the old Zombicide, if there were 2 zombies left, I knew I had to be able to kill everything up to 1 zombie. If there was 1 zombie and I hadn't been wounded yet, I was okay. But if there was 2, I was dead. And that wasn't that wasn't a chance, or it wasn't a roll of the dice. That was mathematically dead. Which is a strange phrase to use. But now I can run in, go, okay, I'm going to kill as many as I can, and with a bit of luck, I'll still survive.
Yeah, but you're counting on luck.
You're still counting on luck.
Because the thing is, you die. We at the start, we died more often than we did for the other
Really?
games. Well, because in the other games you couldn't take a risk because when you've got zombies, you don't take a risk.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the other games, we wouldn't take any risks.
Yeah.
In this game, since you've got armor, you take more risks, and then, well, eventually you'll die more.
Well,
It's
So
logic,
it's
because
true.
in this world, this is your job. When you look like this, the risk is your job. In Zombicide 1 and 2 and 3, you go to the mall, and this is not your job. You just go to buy some dresses. This is
Dresses, yes, that is an actual
Don't
piece of clothing.
fight zombie. So
no, but I like it. It gives you an option. You can still do it, and plus it feels more heroic. It feels more heroic.
Yeah.
You can leap in and start chopping bits off, and if you're wearing a set of full plate, you can actually get through it. You may not, but then again, that's the pleasure of rolling dice, to be honest.
And you say, because this guy come,
The necromancer, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The group is
Has to
Yeah.
split.
to split.
Yes.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
need that bit of extra protection.
Why? And
Yeah, so we talked about him before, but run us through exactly what it is he does then, and why it changes the game from what we knew.
The necromancer has specific zombie cards and comes from a regular spawn zone in the same mechanic.
So he would come on here with zombies, I imagine?
With zombies.
So you bring him on with zombies.
An additional spawn zone, and if the gaming group is here and the game objective is here, you would have to split the team into one getting the objective and the others getting the necromancer.
Now, why is the necromancer so important then?
Excuse me.
Why is the necromancer so important?
Because you can lose a game.
Okay.
If the necromancers get out, the spawn zone, the additional spawn zone you put upon is
So he comes in and adds a spawn zone on top of that. So when we then spawn zombies on that, we double the amount we spawn.
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough.
If the necromancer
Horrifying
get out
thought.
and you don't have any spawn zone token to put on the board, the game is automatically lost.
And how many spawn zone tokens are there?
6.
yeah.
There are
And how
6
many?
in the game? Most missions comes with 2 to 4 spawn zones.
So on the
from the
4
start.
spawn zone maps, if you get 2 necromancers, well, you can't get 2 necromancers in succession. At the same time. Sorry, it's only one model.
Yeah,
One-
it's
one
at a
one
time.
at a time.
But
Gotcha.
if you spawn, if you pick a card at one point where it's a necromancer on that card, and the necromancer is already on the
He activates
top,
again?
He activates
Just
again.
like, okay, gotcha. Fair
like
enough.
the abomination, and like when you run out of zombies. So since you only have one necromancer miniature, if you spawn him again, then he moves. So he can go fast.
Right.
That's the thing. It's just not one zone at a time
Yeah, yeah.
until he goes out. Sometimes he can actually sprint. So when he spawns, basically your team has to split up.
Yeah. Okay. But that's good. That means that there's a lot more movement. Plus, with these very sort of janky enclosed spaces, it's not just a question of running down the street. You know, you've got to break through different buildings and different doors to get to him.
We have an additional game feature called the vaults. These are basically secret rooms.
Right.
Oh yeah.
From which you can come.
I
from
love
a zone.
secret rooms.
We have special entry tokens.
Okay.
And the survivors can go from one to the secret room, then go on the next on the
Oh,
other
like
side.
sort of like trapdoors then, where
Yeah.
you go underground and
Yeah.
and then you can come up in other trapdoors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
You can
okay.
cross the entire board in a single. not
For
in-
one
in a sing-
movement, you
Yeah.
go here to here.
Yeah.
in a single
Okay.
activation.
Oh wow, that's pretty powerful. But you,
You know
that is
why? You know
actually
why?
wow.
You know why?
Go
Because
on.
it's fantasy.
Dun,
Yes.
dun, dun.
You
Yes,
can't do
you're
that.
here. One, in your face. Two. Hop.
Exactly.
It's not me.
In the olden days, in Europe, you could do that.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, good old
My grandfather told to me this.
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
the days.
To
yeah.
go to see my grandmother at night.
in America.
Yeah.
But you say there's rooms, secret rooms. So you would have like is it a physical room? You would have another tile here?
It's a small tile
It's a small town.
Okay.
that you put on the side, and you've got physical tokens that you put. You've got like 2 blue and 2 red, or something like that.
okay,
And
right.
so you go from one red to the other red.
Gotcha.
Through that vault, you have to. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, and then you're out.
And the sweet thing is secret weapons and special weapons are stored in these vaults.
So
the pimp weapons are actually in there. But
gotcha.
they're not called pimp weapons anymore.
No, they're
They're
Vault weapons.
Vault weapons.
ye old pimp weapons,
Yeah,
I think.
And you have
The
scenarios.
olden pimp weapons.
Olden
We have
pimp
scenarios to find the
These secret weapons?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
And can zombies use the secret doors if they've been opened?
If they've been
Yes.
opened, they can. They can.
So they
follow
can
you.
go from here. You can get an abomination, go from here to here.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
scary thought.
They'll follow you. They will follow you. Yeah.
And
If it's the shortest way.
Yes, exactly.
We have a mission featuring this exact thing.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Survivors has to find a secret passage to exit the board, and in the end, they are comment on dit poursuivre?
They're followed.
They are followed by hordes of zombies.
They've got to hold them off while they get away. Oh, nice. Oh, that should be interesting. Damn. That sort of thing, it really brings out a new character. It's like I said in the old video, a lot of people were worried this may just be the same old thing. but it's not. It feels completely different with armor, more hit points, different weapons, spells.
Game mechanics.
Game mechanics.
You change the card. The
Yes,
card
you
of
did
the-
mention this. The character cards.
Yes.
What's happening with them then?
The dashboards took up a lot of place in the boxes.
They were very big, yeah.
Even for a single figure, it had to be either on the side or make a big box, and that was a pain. So we reduced that to about maybe a third.
Oh, really? So maybe something like that
Yeah,
now?
it's quite small,
Okay.
and it just has the character's skills on there, and this little cardboard thing is then placed into a plastic tray kind of thing, where you've got your little trackers that won't.
Define plastic. Are we looking at thermoforms or
Yeah, no,
hard plastic?
Hard plastic.
Oh wow, okay.
Hard
fair enough.
plastic. With little holes to put it in your fingers and fish out the card.
Oh yeah, so you can easily change them out.
Yeah, and we may have mentioned that in this game you can hold more cards. Before it was 5, now it's 8. Okay, so you've got room for all of that.
Okay.
And you've got your little cursor. Comment tu dis ça?
Cursor.
Pointers.
Pointers.
Yep.
Pointers.
And it's not things that you have to physically take out and put
Right.
back in. They slide, so you
Okay,
can't
excellent.
lose them. You can play outside now. Well, actually, no, you can't because they're cards, but you can try.
If the weather's good.
And so when you get your little box, if you buy if you get an extra character, it just comes with this little ID card.
Oh great, and you just slot that in. So it's not even like a optimization of the card. It's actually an upgrade. You get
Yeah,
a really nice,
yeah.
by the sounds of it, a really advanced piece of tile to.
It looks nice. It looks
to
nice.
use
I've
with
seen the
it.
prototype.
It's like on Formula D. You know Formula D? It's a game
Yes.
of
Formula D.
Formula
Yeah.
D.
Yeah. That was nice. That was nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
And are we? Is there 6 of them in the base box then? 1 for each player?
Oh no, there's just one, and I have to buy all.
Damn you, capitalism!
Yeah, all 6 are in there.
Hey, somebody was going to ask if I didn't. Okay, so you can hold more items then. You touched
Yes.
on that. But I remember you saying that each character had automatic items, whereas in the old
They're
Zombicide,
not automatic.
they are not
So
automatic.
you've got more room to carry more stuff. You
Right.
basically have a bag or pack
Yeah.
where you can carry up to 5 cards.
But what I mean is in the old one, like the police officer character started with a gun.
Some still do.
Right.
No, they don't.
Not in
Well,
spots.
everyone has a starting. It's randomly chosen starting weapon.
Yes.
We did not make any characters started with a specific weapon.
Okay.
But everyone can start with a weapon. Though that specific slot we were talking about is basically, so as I was saying, you have a pack where you can hold up to 5 cards. You have a left hand and a right hand where you carry your weapons, and then you've got a body slot.
Right.
And this body slot,
So this is what I mean. Yeah.
either you put armor there, or you put a very specific weapon, a weapon
Favorite weapon.
that is specific to that character.
Right.
One, our knight guy will have a shield. He can put either armor.
He's got a shield on his back if you
Right,
want.
he's got a shield on his back, so we picked a shield. So either you can put armor or a shield if he's got either one.
Fair enough.
The barmaid, she has a dagger. Dagger is a very cool weapon. It's very basic, but it adds dice. Everyone wants a dagger.
Okay.
So basically, she will have, if she doesn't have armor, she can put a dagger in that body slot. And if she's got a sword in each hand, that dagger can add die to either one of her
Okay,
weapons.
and these fetish items, we'll call them, are they like, do you start the game with them or do you have to fish them out?
You have to find
You still have to fish them
You
out.
still have
Okay,
to
fair
find
enough.
them, yeah.
Okay.
Like in the classic Zombicide,
okay, fair
you
enough.
have a starting equipment for the whole team, and you have to distribute these cards
Gotcha.
among the survivors.
Okay, so fair enough. No, I like the idea of the body slot and the sort of talisman items, fetish items, however you want to call them. That sounds quite fun. And I'm just trying to wonder if there's anything else. Police cars in the old game were one of these magical. If you could get to a police car, you would just get a firearm weapon.
No.
Is there something here like that?
No police cars.
Well,
No cars
there's
at
no
all.
Chevys for sure, but is there like a broken cart or a?
No, we did not add that type of thing. Cars, not only could you search cars, but you could also drive in them.
Yeah.
And we did not want to drive a cart and run over zombies with one movement. So no, we've got the vaults, and then
Yeah.
if you want to find weapons, then you have to search the rooms,
Okay.
like everyone else.
And there is a spell allowing characters to go faster around the board.
There's what, sorry, eh?
there is a spell.
Oh, right, gotcha, a spell, right,
allowing
okay.
characters to go faster around the board.
Okay, fair enough. So that kind of replaces the car mechanic, I suppose.
And if you want to find more weapons, if we have time for this, so this time instead of finding a flashlight, you find an actual torch. Okay. With this torch, you can pick 2 cards instead of 1, so it's very handy.
Okay.
This torch also doubles as the Molotov effect.
Oh, right, for this big boy.
For that big boy there.
Gotcha. So what do you just throw a bottle of wine at him or something? And
so
then
basically,
put
you
a torch to
you
it,
have to find a specific bottle of dragon bile.
Right.
Back in
okay.
the days, we used to find dragon biles just about
Although
everywhere.
I remember I saw some down the pub.
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
day,
And so if you find a bottle of dragon bile, you can smash it somewhere in the streets or a building, and
Right.
then if you put a torch to that, then you will be able to kill the abomination,
Gotcha.
and anyone in there.
Right, so you can use it to block off the zone.
Yes,
Okay.
so just like the Molotov, except that instead of combining the 2 cards and then throwing it, you can throw the dragon bile, and then someone else in the next turn can ignite it.
Ah, I see. Okay. Oh,
And
that's
then
really
it
cool.
also does for very tricky things, where sometimes you'll throw it in front of an abomination because you don't want to get too close, and then you expect him to just walk into it, and then you're going to light it, but then he overactivates and then just walks over it, and then you've just lost that. It has happened.
Bugger. That would be very upsetting, I think, for in some situations. Small technical question though. Do you have to use a torch to light it up? Can you use a fireball spell?
No, you have
or
to use
have to use a torch. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm through with questions. Strangely enough, have I forgotten anything? Is there anything you guys want to?
Don't
No,
think
it's
so.
okay.
No, I think we've
So
covered
yeah, I have
through everything.
just 1 or 2 questions about
yeah.
you guys, because it's for the English audience.
Yeah.
It's maybe the first time you talk about your game and what you are. You are from Guillotine Games. You are 2. You work on the mechanics of the game,
Yes.
but the other member of the team.
He's still hidden away. He does not leave his house. His wife doesn't leave him.
Okay.
Let him leave the
Yeah.
house.
Or is he
So-
just trained up until he finishes?
If it's
Or
good,
that- or
it's
that.
only
Or
you. What do you say? You. If the game is good, it's only because of you, not you French guys who work with you. No. Okay, I try to. In French, say this année,
No.
but don't
I
worry.
think what he means to ask is, you are the 2
No,
men
we're 3,
behind
yeah.
the magic.
We're
There's 3 of you.
We're
Three?
3. We're 3.
With-
About
but
mechanic.
you are the 3 guys behind the phenomenon that is Zombicide. There's nobody else.
For the rules. And
For
then-
the rules, only for
Then
rules.
we've got our big buddy sculptors. We've got 2 of those, and then
Okay.
we have an illustrator and the guy who does all the color.
Okay.
We're the core group.
Yeah, of course.
We're the core group.
To do this.
But yeah, that's Guillotine, and then the marketing and production
Our
and
friends over at
shipping,
Cool Mini or Not.
and that's our friends at Cool Mini or Not,
Okay.
Yeah.
or Edge,
That
or
that would be the perfect occasion to speak about Jeremy.
Yes, this is
Ah,
what I want to introduce this.
okay. So
little
there is
discussion.
one difference in this game is that usually we had someone to make the concepts of the miniatures who used to draw the concepts. That was one person. Then someone else would put color to that, and then someone else would do the cover, and then someone else would do the color of that cover. And this time, it's just one person who was put to the task, and I think that he did it very well, who did all the art of this game, which
So
is Jeremy.
They did the tiles, the cover.
Not the tiles, but
Okay.
all. I don't. Well, they're on screen right now. That's Jeremy. That's both
Gotcha.
the pencil and color
pencil color and
and the cover. The tiles is done by our old time friend Nicolas, who's been with us since the start.
does a damn good job.
And it's just very easy to work with, and his enormous talent. So there's no reason we should go elsewhere.
No, I don't think so.
When you make the figurine, the guys we draw the models, and after you make the figurine.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yes, it's first we have a concept. Well, in French we say a concept. It's an illustration that is
Concept art.
concept art, and then we've got some of our guys who put them into 3D, either by traditional putty sculpting, and now we're moving on more and more into 3D sculpting.
So you've got a mix of 3D and
Mix of
hand
3D
sculpted
and
coming up
hand
for this.
sculpted.
So you said I want a huge figurine with a big muscles. you verbalize. I don't know.
Tell them.
You tell, and you make
makes
a
a
sketch,
yes.
a concept.
And then
you approve or not. You
Yeah.
much better, much abdominal. I don't know the word for abdominal.
Abdominals.
Abdominals. It sketch, and after
then that's it.
put the color.
From that sketch, you've got a miniature that's sculpted.
Yeah. Okay. And great job.
No, they are beautiful models. They'll look.
Yeah.
They should look great, well, just like the rest of the Zombicide models. But I like that. I'm always more of a fan of fantasy or sci-fi more than the modern day sort of thing. So this should look fantastic. I mean, some of the
That was
models look
actually
great.
what we thought. Is that,
Yeah?
for example, some of the sculptors don't like sculpting modern stuff.
Right.
A pair of jeans and tennis shoes. That's a pain in the ass. They don't want to do that. It's not very. They don't consider it very, very sexy. When it comes to doing extra details on medieval miniatures, then
Yeah.
Oh
they
yeah,
were
but you
very
just
happy.
go to town, can't
The
you?
girl is much sexy,
Much
and the guy
sexy.
is much strong. So when you like flesh, you prefer design
This is
this
very undead flesh.
or this or the nun. Where is the nun?
She's-
She's
There
very.
is.
This is. I like this one. I don't know why, but I like this one. So
I like him. I like the fighter with the shield. It's trying to crush the necromancer. No, I really. Plus, whoever sculpted these did an amazing job on the facial expressions. They look great. I mean, the zombies, the heroes, everybody just looks really pissed off. So
okay, everything is down.
no, I think we've said everything that I have no other questions. Some others may come up, but there you go.
This is a box for the prototype.
That all this came in. It won't be what you receive in your Kickstarter pledge. Don't worry, folks.
So thank you, Guillotine Game. Thank you, Raphaël and
Thank
Nicolas.
you for having us.
Yes.
Our
Thank you,
pleasure.
Jamie, for the perfect English.
I live here now, so it's cool.
Yeah, maybe when you are very, I don't know the English word, au point.
A bit better.
Yeah, big better. If you take this place,
I can
you
take
go,
the throne.
When the English audience and the French audience se seront assez moqués de moi. What do you say?
When they'll have lost interest.
Yeah, because ils se moquent de mon
How
accent.
can
When
you
say
lose
French,
interest in that
yeah.
accent?
Yeah, my accent. But okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
A pleasure.
Générique.